What's up, traders? This is the Option Addict. Welcome to the weekly watch list. So last week we marked a little bit of time, and it's not a bad way to really make up for the overbought condition that we've seen in stocks. Not only that, but the bigger kind of coiling pattern that we've been looking at in the S&Ps. At the end of Friday, that was a pretty good retest of that breakout spot. And you can see where we had coiled up to here, and a pretty good retest of that exact same breakout level. And we closed north of the 1100 mark, which, as far as I can see, and the way I'm playing this is I look at this as really being more of a dip buyer's market. Still think we go higher. I still think that this is going to look something like a trend with some of the other indicators that we've been watching, i.e. copper, crude oil, the euro, all those things lining up really well. So the way this panned out for me is kind of been sitting long through all this and used this weakness as a buying opportunity, and we're sitting in pretty good shape right now. Been watching the right stocks, in my opinion, and even on days where the market's just really not doing much, these stocks have outperformed and traded pretty well. So what do I think going forward this week? Well, I think we have limited downside from here, and I think the result of this is just going to look something like a little bit of a bull flag, if you will. But we break out of this, and hopefully we finish the week north of that 200-day moving average. Like I said, think minimal downside from here. Still looking at dip buying opportunities. I still think you play this to the long side, and then look to take profits once we get north of that 200-day moving average. That's kind of what I'm looking at from here. So really not a whole lot to follow up on there. For the most part, you guys have seen what I've been blogging about. Like I mentioned, copper and the euro, all those other things that have all kind of been signaling what we think to be as a pretty decent dip buying opportunity in stocks and what should be a trend heading out from here. So I've got a pretty good list of dip buying opportunity stocks that I really like here, buying them down. But I've also got a couple of price patterns that I'll take you through here first. We'll start off with similar patterns that you look at here at the S&Ps. Flag patterns really. I'll start with CMI. Stocks like this, stocks that have been kind of the relative strength candidates, those that have broken out and have traded beyond their recent highs. Look at them up here flagging right now. CMI is one. I think that looks pretty good. It's a pretty strong stock. It's been pretty technically accurate, as far as the breakout's concerned. The retest here, I like the idea of buying it down like this as it comes in off this flag. Similar setup is going to be in CRM, which I didn't like too much, but we caught a pretty decent trade in this not long ago. And I'm looking at this really as just kind of a retest of this little wedge pattern. And really, this, to me, just like I said, looks like another nice little flag to buy into here, up here off the highs. Using these old highs as a place to manage risk, I think it makes sense. So CRM is another one of my favorites. The material sector, pretty much all around, is going to look like this. We caught a pretty good trade in potash last week, which had been sitting here doing the exact same thing as Freeport, and some of the steel stocks, some of the coal plays. I'll take Freeport, BTU, which is another one that I love right here. Another good, solid bull flag up here, north of that 200-day moving average and holding these old highs. That's the kind of setup that I like here. But remember, the stocks like potash and the ag stocks, they had been doing this not too long ago, and they've been out of the material space, have been leading to the upside. So I caught this flag break. I'm still holding on to the potash calls, looking for a move up to about 107. But I think the material space, you'll probably see some follow-through movements in these. So I'd be watching stocks like Freeport. BTU would be another one that I like. I think those look pretty good. Titanium will be another one I'll throw out there. TIE. You gotta love the price action in this. Looks pretty good if you ask me. Last one, F5. The stock hasn't seen much downside, and really it's just sat here marking time. So I think if it's able to break out of this range, it's likely to work its way up towards the mid to low 90s. And playing this one kind of like CRM is once you get up to that $100 mark, that's a pretty important psychological barrier for that stock to get to. So I like the high and tight flag here. Good volume as of Friday, and I think if we break outside of this range, we'll see continuation of that trend. I'm long a lot of Baidu here. Doubled up my position. I'm looking for a nice little cup and handle breakout. You can see the rounded shape that's taking place here. The second test of the highs, the little itty bitty pullback here, and the break away from that flag on Friday. I think she goes higher. So if I were you, I'd scoop up as much as you can here before it gets above 82, because when it gets above 82, not a lot of resistance going forward. So Baidu's a must-own here. I also like some of the ones we talked about last week, like take AMT, for example, which has just been sitting up here, coiling near its highs, looking for a breakout of something like this. like a Time Warner Cable, which, like I said, not a very exciting stock, but good volume on Friday. Looks like an easy breakout play from here. And I like this little Meadowbrook. I've been paying a little bit more attention to small caps lately, which I think by the end of this week we're going to see small caps really starting to move again. That should be a pretty easy market to trade into. So keep an eye on, the little, like I call them, $10 darlings, the $10 and under stocks that don't not too actively traded. Just the small cap names, right? I mean, those are the ones that usually make 20 to 30% moves within the course of a week if you catch a nice breakout. You catch a nice good technical move in the stock, and you can see some volume kicking up before price movement. That's always usually a pretty good indicator. We'll start to get more into these though in future watch lists, but that's pretty much it. I love the dip buying list, which I'll give you a quick preview of those right here, right now. And once you pull up the charts of a lot of these names, rips to sell, dips to buy. I'm really focused on those dips to buy this week. Like I said, I've got a little bit of a bullish bias heading into this week, but the like the 4G plays, the Apple derivative plays, they all look pretty good right here. So I think that's a pretty solid dip buy list for the week. Should be easy to make money off of that. Anyway, so I know it's pretty short and sweet here. This is what I'm watching for the week. Pretty good technical setups. I think we'll have a lot to choose from here. There should be some pretty reliable movements towards the end of the week. So I'll leave it at that. As always, thank you for your time and stopping by. This has been The Option Addict. That has been my watch list. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic week.